So this video series is not for the baby line people, the occult. Nothing is hidden and everything is straightforward. It assumes the viewer is smart enough to know four things. One, that the spiritual order is real, and it is the martial artist who can actually prove spiritual worth and not the scientist. And the guys who believe in white, obviously they've forced me to do this because they've been fuming my clothes and so on and so forth, so where I don't have much options but to wear white right now. They're inferior to the guys who believe in yellow. Okay, the intelligence and the brilliance and the brightness of the martial artist, who's more like the sun, which is a way to kind of direct your speech to God, as opposed to a human temple built by hands, okay, are smarter. So smart enough to know that the martial artist is more wise and smarter and more naturally and morally intelligent than the scientist and everyone else, and that there's a natural order, okay, that has the top martial artists on top, okay, and those who accept a natural direction, not confusion. They're smart enough to know that the white people, with all due respect, can never win an argument of cultural moral supremacy. Okay, they can never win the argument of continuity of moral supremacy. What they have done historically is the most immoral, you know, World War II, colonialism, and so on and so forth. They can never win that. The people who live after I'm gone can never win a survivor argument. The survivor who puts themselves in the hands of the corporations is inferior to the guys who aren't allowed to breed and who fight to the death. So it's kind of like the word celibate. Seal, I, bait. They're trying to bait you with all these provocatively dressed females and all this bling bling and stuff for the eyes. Okay. So they can't win the survivor argument, the natural supremacy argument, the moral argument, and who is actually wiser. It assumes that you know these things already. All right, so the messenger, mess in gear, the armor of God. Which God? The one true God? Or Apollo? Or, you know, science and technology? Or Enki or Ptah, the deity of serpents and crafts? I mean, which God? So the messenger is saying, hey, your problem is your culture, your cultivation. The gods over your cultivation cycle, whether it is money, sexual sadism, sex, whatever. Okay. Also, the idea of the fourth plaque, that you're smart enough to understand that that typo on the fourth plaque means nothing, and that it can also be viewed as something that isn't a typo. December 12th to December 2017. I'm really referring to December 13th to December 2017 as the 4 years, but this is the 5 years that led up to it. And this is, give me the 1 year, the over 1 year from May that led up to it. And I say, well, it was about December that I expect most of these other martial arts systems to have noticed my challenge and my claim to be the top martial artist in the state. And this brings credence to the challenge that then occurs about a year and a half later in December 2013. That's why it says 4 years instead of 5 from December 2012 to December 2017. So it's assuming that you're smart enough to not be too immature to say, well, he's defending the plaques, and his plaque, he can't even get this date right. Who cares? Stop your proper English, bitch, and you're pretending that people aren't smart enough to know that the top martial artist must be a royal African martial art hero. Look at Egypt, right? Compare Egypt to Greece, to Rome, to Babylon, to the other empires of the world. Which one do you think has the superior martial art cultivation cycle? And where do you think they derive it from? Obviously from these people who either were the West Africans or are the West Africans, okay? And obviously it ends with me because